Rap about? Don't we got something to talk about? Now, we don't go through a lot of the things I just want to say I'm just excited for. I'm probably going to forget some things, but I had watched like a couple videos to keep up with certain things, especially the Not Cry teaser. But I'm not like a lore heavy channel because I forget things very often. So I'm always constantly watching those videos and stuff like that. So it helps me keep myself remembering certain things as we get closer to unveiling certain things, and I'll remember them a lot easier. But right now, for like patches that Genshin gives, this is definitely at the title suggests just take it for Brown Alone. I'm sorry. Most loaded patch just feels just right for the title for this. I had never seen a patch where they gave out this much stuff for a summer event to do, even if some of these things are probably like a one-off thing. Like, for example, we get Bennett's skin from a story quest event, but Yelan's skin is also in the game, but it's a paid skin, confirmed to be a paid skin, and that paid skin you're most likely going to only get if you pay for it instead of actually doing an event for it, but yet there's a story for it. I assumed it was a 5 star, but everybody keeps telling me on Discord that it's a 4 star skin. That is concerning. Only because D-Luke is the only character in the game with a 5 star skin. Like, look, he's my boy, but what is the point of differentiating a 4 star and a 5 star skin if there's not going to be any more 5 star skins? It makes it look really stupid. But I'm not complaining about it because someone tried to tell me that I could play about it because like you could play because it's not expensive. If it was a 4 star skin that was paid, it's still expensive to some extent for anyone who actually doesn't really want to be able to spend like that. But that's beside the point. Looking at the thumbnail alone, you can tell something I'm excited for. I'm excited that Bennett's finally getting a skin. There was some characters and we are finally getting the Marjavari. It doesn't seem like it's going to be official on the map. It might most likely be on this page over here on the side. I wonder where this is going to be on the map because from the live stream, they said it's on the west side of Natlan. If we go and assume which side it's on, it's safe to assume where it might be on the map. And I'm just going to just confirm just confirm for myself because I don't always trust myself. So first, what does it look like? Can I see like okay, that's what I wanted to see. So I had to it's funny that I had to do this, but I had to do this for my own damn, I would have actually managed to keep this before it went to max. I used the condensed before this stream way earlier today, by the way. But anyways, they said specifically that's on the west side of Natlan, which means it's going to go further this way where the map actually can't go further this way, which worries me for how big this map is, but we already saw how big the map is in the live stream and whatnot, but that's beside the point. I'm excited for the story of this next patch because a lot of lore drops are going to happen, especially one which I need to actually double check. They specifically said in the Sky of the Marjavari that a specific version of it, Bennett's constellations in there. I don't pay attention to constellations so much that I notice those things, but it really does look like it. It's kind of impossible to avoid the constellation being in the sky, but the story suggests that he was in the Marjavari when he was born, which some people theorize that this story quest might end up introducing the fact of why both Bennett being born on a leap year and the fact that he might have been possibly transported into the future from the past. He may have been born way in the past and brought to the future because this area, the Marjavari, shows signs of being a time paradox, which was very interesting, said by Cat with a Blue Hat, if you know that YouTube channel. But Let's go over here. See how the mic sounds. I think it's fine. The thumbnail, I could discuss like the character in the thumbnail. Like to the very bottom right corner is a cute little chibi that's called Aino. She seems to be the person that is from the Clink Clank Clink Clank Krumkake workshop. That first part was why I kept forgetting the damn name of this thing, but it's a faction in Nocroy, so not surprised. But she looks really, really adorable. So I look forward to when we actually meet her. Some people think that she might be playable. If she is, that would be kind of funny, but I'd rather not have another playable chibi in the game. Thank you. But if y'all want it, then I can't really deny that she might be a 4-star or something. But first things first, let's see how the mic sounds. Sounds decent enough because I had to keep changing it. That's fine. First things first, let's see how the mic sounds. Okay. Okay, good, good, good. Let's go back over here to the thumbnail because I can't look at the live stream at the moment. But Yellen's skin looks amazing. The problem is, I heard one person's freaking opinion on her that actually upset me, and I was just like, bro, there's no way you're saying. Let me look at her regular design. He said the design of her new fit, while it was good, her bangs looked worse. Brother, there's no way you're defending this hairline. It just looks horrible to me. I hated her hairline in this design. I just don't care what anyone says. It just bothers me. But I do like the braid on the backside of her hair. I always like that. But it's just some detail like that I always liked. But that not mean that I like this character. So I'm iffy of whether or not I even want to get her skin in the first place. Personally, I don't really care whether I do or not, but I still play her to this day, so maybe. But I'm not too interested to be fair, so I don't know. Now, before we talk about Anifa, 'cause that's going to take some time. Let me tell you something. That's going to take some time. There is, in the top right corner, the Bakunawa. I can't believe they got a confirmation. Name of a snake god that was talked about from like lore channels that I have watched, so I'm definitely need to brush up on that. But I can't believe that Reindar's creation looks like that. It's literally going to be the largest entity in the game now. Because, like, Azdaha, even though Azdaha was big, I haven't picked these up. Oh, that reminds me. There is a code. Hold on. There is a code I need to grab. I just remembered this is my first time back on since I saw this other redeem code, so hold on. If you haven't gotten this yet, then make sure to take this when I'm done putting this through. This code right here gives 60 Primo Gems, so yeah, you want that 60 Primo Gems and I guess 5 Adventures XP. 5 Adventures XP is so freaking crummy. The crumb is there. It's just nothing. Like you could take it away and it would still mean a lot. Like, anyways, grab that. I'm pretty excited because it looks like we'll be able to craft a crowd goat very soon. Because the next patch update will be very, very soon. Just before Imagine Theater Reset, it's gonna be very freaking close because it'll be the 29th of the patch, 29th of the month, which is a bit too close in my opinion. But I digress. I'm excited. I'm excited for this patch despite some of the lingering concerns I have. But before we talk about that, I mean, it's not much I want to talk about the Bacchanal because it's just better channels for all that. But I'm really intimidated by the size of that thing, man. But the very left side of the screen, there is a character that I had to find out because a friend mentioned it to me. I didn't look at the comment section or the actual teaser trailer video because I just saw the trailer from the actual live stream, and it is the character that I assume to be a character, being Lauma. For now, that's how I'm gonna read her name, Lauma. Lauma. The Frost Moon Scion faction character, which is definitely gonna be drip market, no doubt in my mind. But people mention that she has a Dendrovision, which I had to go out of my way to find, and it is definitely there. Because it was easy for me to miss it in the actual trailer. It was very easy to miss it. So you can't blame me for missing that because of the scene that it showed, which is kind of funny because it is what it is. But I wonder if I know gonna be playable. That cute little chibi from the Komkake workshop that is confirmed to have built-in Nifa, so there's that. Llama looks to be a Denjo character. Since they're introducing the reactions in Notcry, there's a chance that she will probably, most likely, be someone who probably embodied the Rhymegrass reaction that we theorize that someone may take in the future ever since we did the Imaginary Theater reset a while back now. So that's cool. As long as the reaction itself ends up being strong and supportive to characters that want to play it, I think it will be fine. And this is how I will introduce Nifa. Look, I am not a theory crafting channel. I'm just a guy who plays the game, but whether it's uh whether it's leaks, whether it's meta or not, I I have like a unique criteria for whether I pull a character or not, and they have to cover enough boxes for me to want to post that character. And Nifa is kind of a problem that has now brought up the third character in this game to do this now. So for now, I have a reason to be worried, and everyone that's trying to defend it, let's just wait and see. But that didn't change the negativity that needs to be spread about this because it's just not a good thing. It spells a very bad reality, given that the voice actor in live stream even actively said that there will be more stuff like this in the future, not crying. So, a new reaction expected to be from non-cry characters specifically. I wouldn't have a problem with that if it was a very supportive type of reaction. But if no one hasn't watched the pre-release video for Jeff, you might as well watch it. It's confirmed stuff. It's not fake. It's not leaks. It's confirmed stuff. So kit design, and if as a character that does a lot of damage, shields, which is pretty great to be honest, and the formula of her kit kind of resides around this lunar charge mechanic that is different from electro charge. Electro charge is a reaction between hydro and electro characters that aren't such a good reaction. It's never been a great reaction. Like you could clear the abyss if you build your characters well enough, but nowadays I don't know how applicable that is. But in the past you could definitely do it. It just depends on the abyss cycle. But since it's been shilling single targets to the AoE, electro charge hasn't been that great, which is why orange just kind of exists for whatever reason. I really find that frustrating because in Anifa's case, the reaction, she doesn't buff it. Reaction is different, and I think it's really cool. I was really reaching and hoping because I was originally going to skip Skirk for this character, and it was because I think it's cool to have a character that utilizes a new reaction that can, make a lot of characters a lot stronger and build them up. And if is going to be able to do that, but only at the case of doing more damage on the use case of a reaction. You know who does that? This character. This character utilizes an underutilized reaction, It makes it seem like it's good, but it really isn't. The reaction is still pretty bad. There's no reason to play it. It's only a reason if you want to play this character. This character wants you to play Burning for her personal damage because her personal damage goes down so much that she can't be played anywhere else, which was kind of my problem with her, which thankfully Anifa doesn't have that problem because you could play her without this mechanic and she'll still be a good character for a team. But there are two problems with Anifa that stuck to me, and I'm going to talk about that mostly. Anifa utilizes a reaction, and her kit revolves around doing those reactions, and she does more damage thanks to those reactions. But then she has a passive that amps her damage based on that reaction for her personal damage. Now, it's not amped for everyone else in the team. It is amped for her personal damage, which is something people gotta understand. There's no character that can buff that because it's an Ascension passive. So you have characters that buff damage percent in the game, and there's a lot of forms of damage percent in the game. I knew this shit was gonna happen when they made Freena's kit because I felt like Freena was a very strong character. People haven't talked about it yet, but you can still play Freena with this character, especially if you're like trying to use Anifa in a team for her own damage. But Lunar Charge, she'll just do as much damage as she can do. And whatever the team does, because her kit is quite unique in the regard that depending on the crit stats of your team, who will have like the most priority of the damage from the reaction itself, but that's for the reaction's own damage. And Nifa's personal damage, there is currently no artifact set that boosts her damage, because every artifact set in the game mostly does damage percent. Freena buffs damage percent by a lot, but she will not be able to buff Anifa. Anifa will gain 0 stats from her. And that is my problem with Anifa. That's not my main problem. It's one of my major issues. It's like my second most major problem. But I expected this. I expected them to eventually try to counter Farina. There's a good chance they're going to make a lot of non-cry characters probably have this mechanic where they cannot benefit from damage percent. They have to benefit from flat buffs, which is a problem because they don't have enough characters that buff a lot of specific things. Like, yeah, we got Farina that, Farina. We have like weapons that could probably give like a buff of some kind. Like I have a weapon. Okay, I can't check here, but I have a weapon that can give EM, but that's not the problem either. There's only like I believe it's just Nahida, and then maybe like an artifact set that actually gives EM to the team, which is a way to buff a Nifa, which I find that pretty funny. But I even had to find out that Eon-san can barely even buff a Nifa as well. I feel like only a high constellation Eon-san will actually find benefit with the Nifa, but if you have her at low constellations, the Nifa won't really gain much of anything, which is something I really don't like. And the only character that currently actually buffs just a flat stat that Anifa wants is Bennett, which whoop de fucking do. They keep making this character so omnipresent, but yet they do not want to make another character as good as him. I think that's fine, but there is a problem with that, with the availability of forest starters compared to Bennett, because like you can eventually get Bennett C6 and whatnot, but for newer characters, I'm worried that Anifa, while she can get better in the future, it will probably take a lot of effort for that, which I don't like. Anifa doesn't really have a way to increase her own personal damage, both with artifact set or a character, and that's very weird. Usually, when characters end up in this position, they usually have like a second best option. The only thing I've heard was Gilded Dreams or a 2-piece piece, and everything else doesn't really matter. You could do Tenacity 4-piece for like the shield strength and the attack buff, which is cool. It's I think I would have done if I got an Anifa, but right now I may want her in the future just because I don't know if we'll get another chance at Electro Shooter, so I might still get her on a rerun. But that's like it, bro. I feel like if other characters have like a design similar to this, it's gonna be very hard pressed for me to want to pull them just because they could have all this damage in the world, but if you're just gonna slap a reaction on it that says that it's new, but it really isn't, because at the end of the day, it's just the character's gonna do more damage, then it's not gonna excite me at all to pull a new character. Which I said this before, and this is what brought up to this stream, is that there's a chance I may skip most of Nocry, even for characters I'm excited for, like Grandmaster Varka, that could be playable, most likely will be. Alice could be playable. I swear to God, they ruin her. I'm gonna be upset. Some people said Nicole from the Hexen Circle will be playable. I don't know about that one. Maybe. I feel like the character will be playable. Um, Columbina, I'll have to hold out hope that some of these kids don't end up being like not all too bad. Because I theorize, and I said this from what videos haven't said yet. I'm gonna say it on my channel because I haven't heard anyone else say it yet. Right now, Anifa doesn't benefit from a lot of things, and while she can get something, it seems like the devs are trying to push away from this character. It could just be damage percent buffs in general, because not the first time we see the character that just wants like a flat goblet, because guess what? An elemental goblet did not benefit this character either, which I don't like that either. But they're definitely trying to lower the value of Freenet, even if it's only a little bit, which is something I always expected when she came out. I always expected this. I was like, how are you going to counter Freenet without it affecting everyone in the game? How are you going to counter her in a way that doesn't devalue her because she's Hydro? Because it will affect everyone depending on how they counter her, which was something I was worried about. And this is their solution. Obviously, I need to see more Nocry units released, but they really explicitly said in the live stream, the voice actor said that there will be more characters like Anifo, so that means we can expect more different reactions of a lunar quote unquote category. And I can't help but be worried about the direction Genshin is going in when it comes to character kits for that matter, because I really just don't want a character that just does more damage. If I want a character that just does more damage, I'd rather just be an on-field DPS. I don't want a support that utilizes some kind of mechanic to do more damage, quote unquote, but doesn't benefit the team whatsoever, so they end up being very replaceable. And while they can actually be enhanced by a specific reaction and have a use case because no one is utilizing it, the reaction itself is still shit, so not everyone will be able to play with this character, but some character that can play with this character will benefit from it if there is a specific on-fielder that wants to be played with it. I don't like that. I really don't like that. And obviously, it's just in a Nifa's case because I doubt we're going to get every character that's going to be a sub DPS. Something that could probably be a support that benefits the team in some way. Because this is just the cream of the crop, but that's weird to say that. Anyways, it's only the start, so I'm not going to be too pessimistic about it. But I just want to bring this reality that obviously, since it's a gacha game, they want to make money. That they'll do something like this, and people shouldn't have too many expectations or even positive expectations, because some people were saying stuff like maybe we'll get a 4-star character that could utilize the lunar reaction. My theory is that all lunar reaction will probably only be possible within Nocry and not outside of it, which means what's the point of that? But that might not be possible either. It's just a theory I thought of, and I'm very worried. I want to pray that this doesn't end up being worse than we think. But since I looked at a beta of Anifa, she's both strong and not strong at the same time right now, but she could easily get better in the future. But even when she does, she is still at the mercy of how this character aged. She aged exactly how expected, and everybody who didn't want to believe that still played her. And I think that's fine. and a boss mechanic that wants to use burning is fine. But if they do make an on-field DPS that wants this character, you know the on-fielder the highlight of a team, so usually you want to buff the on-fielder. When a character specifically built like Emily is in the game, you really would rather have a character that buffs the character than just the character do more damage, because most of the time it will lead to more functioning, faster clears for people. But I don't think it always matters for like other game modes, but it will matter for the new one. Obviously, there's only but so much I can say, but I just felt like I really need to get this off my chest because I am very concerned about the future of whether or not I'll even bother to pull many non-crit units. I'm not even going to have expectations anymore. I'll just hope on Columbina. I'll hope on Syndrome maybe, because I heard Syndrome name being mentioned in the actual trailer, which I didn't mention to a homie on Discord, but that's fine. I'm excited to see the 7th for 2 Harbinger Sandrone actually make an appearance in game. That'd be really cool. But yeah, it's really scary because while I say it's scary like it's gonna affect me greatly, I don't usually let this stuff dictate how I play a game. It's just when it gets to a point in a gameplay loop where you're constantly playing the same game over and over, and maybe you start to think everything feels the same doing this or that, even if it's just, doing Abyss or Imagining Theater, now staging Onslaught. You kind of hope for something a bit flashier than what we got. That is all I'm saying. It'd be cool to, experiment with a new character enough to play a bunch of different teams with it. And Nifa has 3 teams that was mentioned that one sounds the most interesting, which is Hyperbloom. And then the other ones I expected, honestly, which is Electrocharge, which she doesn't seem like she's great for at the moment because the lunar charge reaction, conversion from electrocharge, while it's fine now, I just feel like it's missing that character piece that could make her stand out a bit more. But no matter what, she's going to fall like Emily will. But she probably won't fall as hard because I'm sure, because I do feel like Electra needed a shielder. I don't care what anyone says. It's really nice that she has a shield. I don't know how strong it is, but they said it wasn't weak at all, so I assume it's decent. And that is probably my only interest in her right now. Because without that, I wouldn't have even a thought to say, yeah, maybe I'll put her on a rerun. Yeah, I probably wouldn't if she didn't have that shield. So that's just something to take into account. Llama, now that we saw that she has a Dendro vision, she's in a thumbnail, the one that's like big in the left corner, the one with the antlers. Yeah, no, her character in the teaser, she looks really cool. Her eyes look amazing. She looks like a character I saw from freaking Wuthering Waves a little bit. That we won't get into that right now. Here's the thing. There's a chance this character is going to be the Rhyme Grass enabler that we saw from Imagine Theater. Now, like I said, I don't think it's bad that a character can be tied to a specific reaction. It's how restricted they are at what they do with said reaction. Whether it's restricted for their own growth as a character or restricted for the team building side of the team. Because it's a team-based game. When a character is restricted for their own personal damage to enable a reaction, those characters are likely to not be that good of a character in the long run. And it's just weird to just do it just for for the money to make a character like that because they don't age very well. Not say that they need to make a character that ages very well because it seems like they're trying to avoid power creep in some way because Anifa isn't super powerful right now. Obviously, again, she can get better in the future, but she probably won't get that much better because she doesn't look that powerful because she also got like a big nerf. So not a big nerf, but like when I saw them talk about it, I was like, yeah, I feel like that nerf was somewhat justified. But I do feel like Anifa could have just stayed the same and it wouldn't change anything. Because, like, she had a nerf to her Ascension passive that is, like, all of her damage. Which, what else is there to say, man? I feel like I yapped long enough about this. But I just felt like I need to say it because, like, holy man, I said those few phrases like 3 times in a row. I can't help it, man. I just did not think they would do this again. I thought they learned their lesson from Emily. Like, okay, at least she has a shield, so maybe she'll age a little bit better, right? That's what they're going for? I don't know. Because all I can say is that there's no doubt in my mind that this character, Anifa, is going to age very well in the damage department despite the reaction. And the reaction itself doesn't do any damage. Even though it crits, it doesn't do any damage. I find that really funny. I don't know why. I had to find out exactly how much it does, and it's just like, what's the point of it critting if it doesn't do that much damage? It's like it's like letting Hyperbloom crit, but it doesn't hit for 60,000 damage. It only hits for 40,000, but regular Hyperbloom can reach, you know, 40,000 damage with a good enough build. So then it makes you question what kind of logic goes in this for why they designed their kit like this. If Anifa is only going to drive her own passive and damage in her kit, then what's the point of a new reaction? It's just there to exist. Just like how you want a construct for Chiori to do more damage, but you could just get a C1 and get rid of it. So what was the point of the mechanic? It's like Emily utilizing burning, but she actually has a reason to do the mechanic. It's because she's good nowhere else. They chose to make her chicken hold into the reaction so that they can't outshine Farina. Because I said in the past, I think I've said this so many times every time I talk about this character, she had potential to power creep the use case of Nahida, just because Nahida's problem that she had to reapply her mark for reactions, which, look, she may have more Dendro application, but it doesn't change the fact that she could have easily been overtaken by Emily if she had good enough raw damage on her own. But they didn't want to do that with Dendro, so I guess it's fine. But now with Llama being Dendro and the theory about Rhymegrass and knowing that it probably end up being like a Cryo and Electro, it does make me excited, but I hope it's in the more supportive side of the actual reaction. Because the more that they support the reaction, the more unique that I think it's fine for the game to having the reaction get it behind a specific character. If it's not unique in any way, and it's there for the perseverance of the character, then it's going to age very poorly, and people are gonna hate it. If it ends up being like an advantageous like thing over like a specific boss that we have to fight, which I already heard there is a concerning one in the new patch. So I'll be taking a look at that when the patch goes live. But I digress. I think I gotten everything I mostly want to say, because obviously there's more thing I could say, like the lore side of things, but I'd like to save that for the story quest. But there's so much to yap about, and it's like I'm probably gonna forget something even because of all this yapping. And it's like I'm excited for the lore with the attachment between Anifa and the ancient dragon civilization. People made an interesting theory earlier today that Anifa might be related to a dragon sovereign in her past life before she got turned into this robot that she is from a core that is actually similar to the dragon servants in the actual mountain, which is quite interesting. I didn't like make that connection 'cause I forgot the core from the dragon servants are the exact same as the core on her chest, but I thought that was really cool when people mentioned it. But yeah, There's also Bennett's constellation being in the sky of the Mara Javari, but I'm excited for the Bakunawa fight. 'Cause I'm wondering if that's a world boss or a weekly. There's a high chance it's a weekly boss, because if it's a world boss, what the fuck? They're gonna no, if they put that shit in Stygian Onslaught, I think people will lose it. Because it looks like a boss that has a lot of mechanics to deal with since it's immortal. So, I mean, I don't know. But um there was I guess the Splatoon looking mechanic of the new area for Natlan, that's permanent. That's a permanent summer event world or story quest as well. It's a permanent story quest. I don't know how it's going to be looked at in the game files for the actual archive itself in game, but yeah. And if it's going to be the third off-field Electro we're getting in the game. Technically, I'd say he's also an off-field Electro for Natlan characters or the reaction itself of Electro Charge. It's just, what else is there? Because I did like the Splatoon-like mechanic for the new area. Obviously, I'm really excited for the music over there. The music sounds amazing in the trailer. Um, there's so many different stories going on. I don't know which part is part of the story quest and which part is part of the Archon quest, since we're also getting an Archon quest. But there's also an off story that is definitely event exclusive, which confuses me why Yelan gets a skin that is 4-star with an event exclusive story, but D-Luke has a 5-star skin and it's still the only one in the game. I just don't understand that. Okay, that was what that is. Also, before we continue, this event finished today, so I could do this. I thought about it, but because of how I want to treat this stream right now, I'm probably going to do this tomorrow or Sunday. The reason why I'm pushing it back is because there's something else coming up. Like, I could do this for tomorrow, and I think that'd be fine. My biggest problem will be Sunday, because there's definitely something that's gonna happen the next couple of days after this week, because Tuesday next week is a special stream for Bleach Brave Souls. But for this game, still one more full week before the patch update, which is probably going to be nothing since we already got like the end of patch like event for like the weekly event. Cause we always have a weekly event, but they started putting it at like the second. No, they do it at like the first week of the second half for some reason. No, instead of like the final week of the patch. I guess did that. But yeah, this event's finished, and I want to spend tomorrow focusing this instead of thinking about the live stream. Like obviously we'll talk about the live stream probably during this too, because I wanna know people's thoughts on the live stream if you haven't watched it or even thought about the pros and cons of like some of the things I talked about a Nifla's kit, if people care or not. I'm still gonna play the game, but I'm always gonna end up criticizing a lot of the small things that bother me. Especially, I could talk about the criticizing, like of the optimizations for this patch. There was a dev talk that happened recently that was pretty trash overall. There was just nothing positive to talk about. It was just like everything that was positive was something that could have been like brought up in 1.0, like the time, quote unquote, time skip feature or interface interaction optimization. There was a better term than, I mean, most people thought it was skip button, but like a skip button, they probably would have said a quest skip or something. It never mentioned it, so I was really confused when people said that. But I was hoping it wasn't going to be like that type of time skip thing. I'm just like, who cares about it? Whether you do it fast or not does not matter. It's going to still feel the same. So it's like a quality of life that just quite literally should have been in the game. I don't know. I don't really care personally. That was like the only one worth talking about because the rest of them I don't care. There was one that was about, I think, adding audio when there's no audio in the game while you're like in a quest line, like listening to like voice lines talking to you. I think that's a decent change, to be honest, though. But it wasn't something I could really praise, to be honest, because again, it just feels like something that should have been in the game. I don't know. That's why I just don't really care about all that. Either way, that is all to say that like this patch is super loaded with so much stuff. There's gonna be so much lore embedded from our conquests and event story might even have lore in it. I'm excited to see what the Yalen story is about with her skin. And I'm very excited for the prelude for the Song of the Welcome Moon prelude, because that's going to be the entirety of what Nocry is meant for, a Song of the Welcome Moon. How the fuck am I going to fit that shit in a title? Because, like, that's what I'm thinking about right now. 'Cause I won't be able to fit, like, the title of the actual Archon quest, because Song of the Welcome Moon takes up so much of the title. But I might still call it the Song of the Welcome Moon prelude for the most part.
The pinnacle of excellence.
I still don't know if I want yellow skin. I don't like it that much, but it's fine. Either way, probably more excited for Pest than most people are, to be fair. I really, 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 really look forward to this patch because it's definitely gonna be the most loaded summer event patch we've ever gotten. I don't think there's been a summer event that had this much content of this degree per se, but some people will say there's the mediocre patch. Probably just the people that are overwhelmingly negative for some reason, which I don't know why they play the game. But it's fair to criticize you saying all that, because I do think it's fair to say that the game has stalled way too long in Natlan for anything. So I felt like a patch like this is just justified. I think Natlan's patch was probably by far the worst. I genuinely do think it was by far the worst of every patch cycle we've had of any other region. So it's fair to say some of these things. But man, I'm a person that likes exploration. I like the story. The combat is like an interesting part of me because I like combat in any video game. I like a game that chases after getting like, you know, new equipment like things that you could use to increase your character. Because I come from games that are like loot shooters and such, so I like getting those new gears. That's why I find the artifact grind enjoyable to me. A locked goblet. Brother, if ain't Electro, I don't give a foot what this gives. Okay? Let me just keep it a bug. If it's not Electro, I don't give a fuck what this is. Like maybe 4-line double crit pyro goblet with some crack stats. But I do have a crowd character that really could use a good crowd goblet right now. That I play in a craft soon as well. So it could be Crow or Electro would be nice, but it could also be Hydro, which Hydro lacks a good Hydro Goblet. Double flat, we can ignore that if it goes into crit enough. If it goes into crit enough, we can ignore it. But it have to be pretty good because like it's hard for me to justify pieces that don't have at least a third like good stat outside of the double crit because I just have really good pieces everywhere else. But Hydro lacks good pieces, so it's been I think a couple years since I've seen a Hydro Goblet double crit drop. It'd be nice to get a clip here, but now that I say it, will that actually happen? Let's be honest. I don't remember all the stuff I talked about because, like, I'm excited for the new Dendro character more than I am for Nifa right now. Because there's a good chance she'll be interesting in me enough to make me want to pull her in the beginning of Non-Cry, or try to, anyways.
A burst of flavor. Here comes the catch. Into the void. Fearless.
I love this character. I love playing Skirk. I'm not gonna deny she's more fun than most normal type DPSs to me, thankfully. Ah, yes, finally. Let me have another chance. Like I care, because like I feel like that's just gonna keep like destroying me mentally until I get a good attack stance. 'Cause I don't really care about the third subset. Most stats are just not good for Sans. For Skirk, she only cares about double crit. Getting fire attack would be nice on attack stance, but that's
Off
about
to the
it.
freezer. Deuce
That's
on the
like
loose.
asking for that.
Game's up. Fun's over. Paradigm shift. Fearless.
Now, what happened there? The Scarface skill not working, or did I forget to use it? I probably forgot to use it. And I was thinking about using it, but no. Should I try every potential double crit piece for this set? I have a pretty good flower for Skirk already, even though I think she needs more balanced crit since it's not like it's any other type of set. But since I'm using a crit damage weapon, I can't use a crit damage circlet. But yeah, I'm forced to use one 'cause I don't have a crit rate circlet on set yet. Well, well, well. Skirk, you gave me a Hydro Goblet, from Varessa's set. I'm not gonna let Varessa bless this because she probably doesn't want it, let's be honest. But for a Hydro Goblet, it's been a very long time since I've seen one even drop, so like I kind of hoping it's just a good goblet, man. It's weird that I haven't got a good one, let alone this bit don't drop much. So let's see. Very freaking nice. One more. One more. One more. One more. Ah! One more. And that could have been a clip, brother. If it went a clip one more time, it could have been a clip. It could have been a clip. It could have been a clip. Not enough to make me want to make it to a clip. But, for what it's worth, I will still clip this for the special video I do every year for my 1 year of Genshin Impact. That I will do. It is at least worthy of that. Cause like, when was the last time I got a good Hydro Goblet? Like, I'm pretty sure it's been more than 2 years. Pretty sure. Like of an actual really good one. That was like even four. I don't think I've ever gotten four crit rolls on a Hydro Goblet. So this is like straight up new territory. This is amazing. I love this. I hope Hydro can provide something again in the future. The fly attack isn't completely wasted either. Let's be honest. But reeling this is not really an option. But that is a damn good goblet because most of my Hydro Goblets don't even have a CV close to this. One tried. I'll tell you what. One did try to get close to this. GG's. That's enough to make me go do this, so let's go do this real quick. New Hydro Goblet is a big deal. This is actually crazy. I didn't think I would get it during a stream like this. This usually never happens either. Pretty exciting. Oh, it actually connected finally. I hate that I have to keep fiddling with the flash drive for it to connect because this one is old in the sense of I would say I messed it up per se because it functions quite normal. It's just to get to connect is a bit tricky. Okay, that's the wrong one. Will you tell me I locked it? Okay, I did. Boop, 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 boom. Do this. I connected my mic to somewhere else so you didn't have to just like not hear my voice during this. But I digress. I'm send this to Discord. Ba 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 da ba ba da ba 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 da ba ba da 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 da. Oh. Okay. Okay. Come on. Okay. I think it's honestly just this side, because this side actually struggled to connect for whatever reason. It, I do think it struggled to connect on this side. This side sometimes connects, but I don't like this one. It's either the middle or the very right one, which I have like a multi-USB connecting thing here. Oh, come on. Am I putting this in wrong? By chance. But if that were the case, it wouldn't go in easily. I'm just gonna keep trying this then. Really? We're not at this point, are we? Uh-oh. We're not at this point, are we? We're not at this point, are we? Please, please tell me we're not. Please. Hold on. Please? Oh no. Please tell me this connects, right? Please, this connects, right? This was just working before the stream. Please? Oh my god, not like this. This is bad. Um, please tell me. Please tell me I'm just doing something wrong. Please tell me I'm just doing something wrong. Okay. 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 Thank you. Holy shit. Okay. I was like, oh no, don't tell me this thing won't connect. That'll fuck me over. That'll fuck me over. Oh my god, I was like panicking a bit there. Oh my goodness. Okay. Gosh, that is too scary. Too scary. Okay. Um, for now, let's find this. Bum, 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 bum. Ba, 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 ba. Dun, 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 dun. I keep spelling it wrong. Okay, that's my fault. Two plus, but my main account finally got a. This is my first one. Can I check exactly what it is? Okay. Decent one. So 27.2 plus 14. That is 41 CV. 41 CV. I don't think I have a single one that's that good. Yeah, I think all my Hydro Goblets are not as good as this. I'm quite happy to get it, even though it doesn't have good subsets still. But it's something I'll guarantee use on a character. That's like the thing to take away from it. Like if there's a character that wants it, I will give it to them, so I'll just start for now. But it probably won't stay like that. I'm not rerolling this. I just felt like saying that. I'm quite happy with that. Hydreigo definitely needed this. Why do I have this on? Oh, I think I know why I have it on, but I might be able to put that on her. I might take that off, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I'm ever gonna get another defense scaling unit. I genuinely don't want to keep pieces I feel like I'm just not gonna use. It doesn't sit with me. I need better stuff. I'm gonna my Starbucks video one day is probably gonna end up being just noblesse. Like, there's a good chance it's just gonna be just straight noblesse. I'm just gonna to accept that. Uh, I don't know who can use it. Out of all my Hydro characters, most of my characters use HP that are Hydro, but the Hydro characters themselves that I don't use, I don't think I care about whether they have Hydro or not. I get the only character that'll benefit from a Hydro Goblet like this will probably be her, as I have an intention of putting it on her. This I might get rid of this one day. It really depends though. I'd rather not. Uh, this one's 1 foot in the grave. I just need like one more of these and I'm getting rid of this. So take a look at my uh Hydro Goblets. This one is arguably my second best one and my best one is this one still. This is actually one I want to reroll. 'Cause I didn't realize it was a 4-line start. It's like my only really good goblet. The rest of it, well, this one is okay. This one, 3-line start. I'm probably not gonna reroll it. Obviously, I'm not gonna reroll this. This is the piece I've been trying to find an excuse to get rid of for some time, and I think I can finally get rid of it like comfortably, despite me getting that in a Genshin clip. This was one I got in a Genshin clip in the past, but I just don't. I don't want it. I hardly ever have a want for just like a high crit damage piece. Most of the time, I need like a balance of crit rate and crit damage. That's why I would prefer if it went to crit damage twice and one crit rate roll, just to have that little bit of crit rate. I really prefer pieces like that more than this. If it has high crit damage, it has to be on an artifact set that really benefits from that. Which, because I don't have Mualani, I can't really see myself using this, and I have no intention of getting her, except on my second count. But speaking of that, I guess that's one thing I didn't actually mention from the live stream was the event wishes. Obviously, since Nifa isn't getting a story quest, which is something people aren't talking about, she gets an Archon quest like Shenhe does, which is kind of interesting. Those are two characters that I don't have an actual official story quest for themselves now, but Nifa gets an Archon quest with her introduction, and she's gonna be in the first half, so I'm not surprised by that after seeing the fact that she's in an Archon quest. So it's a Nifa and Seat Lolly. Both people are going to end up skipping a Nifa because Seat Lolly's right there. Because a lot of people were talking about wanting her. That I heard, anyways. But I don't know how many people will pull for a Nifa. Most people are not going to even pull this patch unless they really want Seat Lolly. The second half banners, I don't think anyone's going to pull for Tusker and Milani. A lot of people don't like them. There's just so many people that don't like them. A lot of them have like an agenda against them. Like I dislike Chaska, but I like her character, so I don't completely hate her. That's why I got her on my second account. I think her kit was interesting. Then you got Olane. She was the girl I fell in love with when we went to Natlan. I have a soft spot for her, so I want to get her and see for myself how difficult she is to play, but she looks very annoying to play. That's all I can say, but I'll still want to play her. So with that in mind, I still like Olani. I just don't like her as much as Sweet Lolly. Sweet Lolly probably my all-time favorite females in the game. It's hard for me to not like Sweet Lolly or you know, like another character over her. The only other character I could like her over her is Farina, but like I like them almost the same. So I don't know. I guess you're gonna get this. If I end up getting a 5-roll crit piece, oh, if this was a 5-roll crit piece. Oh my god, I just imagine how good this piece would have been. This would have been a Genshin clip if I got one more crit roll. I haven't gotten a 5-roll. I don't think I have got a single 5-roll goblet yet, have I? I've gotten a 5-roll on Flower and Feather. I think I actually got a 5-roll on the Sands, but it wasn't 50 CV. I think it was that defense Sands. But hold on, there's also this one. No, where is it at? I guess I can't check here, right? Do this. It's on Skirk. Yeah, this piece. 5-roll crit piece. This one's not fucking 50. I hate that. It's literally 49 CV, but you know, that's fine. Alright, let's try this. Expected. I don't see a reason to not waste my moral bit because we're gonna have a lot of exploration for next patch. Because of this piece, I don't want to actually try another piece that could be double crit. I don't see a reason. Unless it has like crit rate attack percent or crit damage attack percent maybe. The fire is not perfect to be honest, so I could try to one up it. I don't think I got anything interesting for circlets lately. There was, oh, I did have a crit rate circlet. I did get a really good crit damage one though. Problem is, getting that crit damage one comes at a caveat. I need a really good piece that actually. I might want to try that, but I don't know. I don't really care about healing bonus too much. The onset, of course, but I need to try 16 on this. Whoa, chill out. I still don't know what I want to do with this crowd goblin. A part of me wants to re-roll it just because I won't have to craft one for Scaffier. And the more I think about it, the more it makes sense. But honestly, I'd rather gamble and hope that I get double crit ER than that. If this had double crit ER, then I'd be able to comfortably ignore it. But originally, I really wanted to get a good double crit crowd goblin for Scaffier. And that'd be the end of that. But now I have Skirk, which I'm more focused on wanting to improve her because she kind of needs a good crowd gobbler right now. My problem is, what type of crowd goblin am I expecting? That's kind of my worry at the moment. That's why I wonder if I even want to craft one at the moment. Well, I gave you a choice. If you went into crit damage, I would have tried 20, but man, I cannot wait to trash that. That shit made me laugh in the video if you saw it. Guys. I wonder what feather I'm gonna end up like, where I'll use my 2 Dust of Enlightenment for the guaranteed 3 crit rolls. Part of me would love to improve Nuvolet, so I stopped looking at this piece. But since it's gonna be very hard to guarantee good stats for this one, because it's 3 line start, this piece is perfect substats. It's just like I would either need full crit rolls or which I'm expecting 1 crit rate, 2 crit damage, and probably an ER roll. If it does all of this and goes into flat HP with 3 crit rolls, that will fucking irate me for Nuvolant, because I need that extra little bit of ER. So either it goes full crit or it doesn't go into flat HP and it just gives me 10 crit rate and like 2 crit rolls, 1 crit damage, and then like 2 ER rolls. But it's not gonna do that because we only have 3. That'd be probably the best thing I want from this, though. 10 crit, 1 crit damage, and 1 ER roll. Because I want the ER, I want to be at 120. The thing is, I thought about improving him, and now I don't know if I'm going to do that. I feel like improving her would be better, because the faster I max her out, the easier I don't have to think about her when I'm building Skirk. Because probably the least amount of worries at the moment with her full set anyways. Skirk also has her full set, but I don't want her to keep the set that she has on. Oh, I didn't try this piece. Should I still try this? I feel like I should. I don't want to though, but I probably should. I'll eventually deem myself willing to get rid of that, but for this, well, that's how the cookie crumbles. There hasn't been anything yet for that. Goblets have been dropping left and right with double crit lately, and I don't know why. I low-key wanted this to be like really cracked, but to be honest, I don't think anything is beating this goblet. Even if I were to craft one, it's way too unrealistic to think I'll get these exact subsets. Piece is way too good. The only thing that'd be interesting about re-rolling this would be to see if I get 2 crit rolls, or the 3 crit rolls that are guaranteed, and then get 1 roll into ER. But I don't know if I want that. I don't really care what. It's already good. I only want to reroll the circler because it could actually be a better piece for her over this if it just gives 2 crit damage rolls and an ER roll or a 10% roll. I don't know. I don't know about a 10%. It's hard to beat this piece in some shape or form. It just needs to have a good enough CV to do that. This piece irritates me because I'm now gonna have to accept like actually farming it because I've crafted 3 of these and they all roll like shit. That's really unfair. Part of me is tempted to craft one right when the pass goes live, but I'm not gonna do that. Lately I've gotten like some decent pieces, but part of me wanted to craft or not craft, but like try for another flower, but I just don't think it's worth it. Or feather, even though I probably should try both of these. But assuming it gives double crit and ends up rolling like this, I'm probably gonna still use this over it, because it would have to roll all into crit. The only way I'd improve from this is like getting like a 10-20 with a 10% roll, which is just I don't want to assume that I'll get that. No reason why I haven't tried those feathers. Oh, I forgot about this one. I'm desperate for ER, so I'm kind of willing to let go of that other flower I have instead of like rerolling it. Honestly, what's the point of doing that when I could just do this? Oh. Huh. Should I try that? I probably should. I forgot I even had that piece. Well. I don't know if I'm expecting any good artifacts after getting that Hydra Glove, but let's be honest here. What I have... Oh, she's right there. What I have for you? Ew. This is hard to improve upon for anyone. It's like my only reason for rolling this would be like if I plan to build Sethos, but I don't know when I'll build Sethos. I did want to try him because I found his kit design interesting. My focus is probably gonna be Chaska, the next character I build though. Oh, I just realized I gotta go farm her mess today. I'm not looking forward to that. I forgot to do that on stream the other day. Or, no, not the other day. I just forgot to do it in general. Oh, I haven't C2 now, right? Because he was free this patch, wasn't he? We're gonna get a new Claymore for the next patch, which we have no news about yet. But I said I'd be more interested in building Sethos the moment I get him C4, was it? I think it was C4. Oh, he's just holding on to pieces. Who are... What? Oh, they were Ganyu burst support build that I can't do anymore. Cause I'm not gonna do I'm not gonna do Ganyu like that no more. Focusing on her damage kind of blows though, cause I just barely can use her nowadays. When I do, she feels pretty great. I want to improve. I want to keep improving Fresh. I want her to be one of my best built characters on my account. I love playing this character a lot. I'm probably gonna like playing this character for a very long time, which is such a rare thing for an Electro character for me because even though I don't have a love-hate relationship with Electro, I praise it a lot, but it is a very it's a mid element overall. It's never bad, but it's never great, and it makes me sad because they rarely ever make a character that just hits hard. So that's why I really like Veressa. It's not even about like her screenshot damage. It's just how consistent that she does it. It's like the reason why I liked Navia, but she like does it more at a more consistent rate. And now I can triple crown her. I will focus triple crowning her next patch because I'll definitely be able to get enough more for her without me having to worry about farming it too much. So I look forward to doing that. Because the next patch update really looks like there's gonna be a lot to do, man. I'm super excited. This week is or next week is going to be quite interesting for another game, but for this one, I guess we just got some exciting things are on the horizon, and then all of a sudden we're not cry. I really feel like we blasted through Natlan, but Natlan didn't age very well for a lot of people's minds. To be honest, that probably felt really fast. At least for me, it felt pretty long. At least in the concept that, of course, since I play other game or games, because during Natlan's release, I played the first Descendant, and before, you know, eventually going to Bleach Brave Souls, I think I had just barely started distancing myself away from like the Trove game, which I plan to take a peek at Trove maybe next week. I'm unsure right now. Right now, I have a playthrough I playthrough I want to start, but I need to wait till after 10th anniversary of Bleach Brave Souls before I do that. But when the summer event starts for this, I'm probably gonna end up focusing it. But if the summer event might just start right when the pass goes live. It'd be weird if it doesn't, right? Because if it's a permanent area that we're getting, I'm expecting that we'll just immediately start that shit. I, I I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking. Too much, am I? I don't know. I'm still wondering what goblet I'm gonna craft on this account. I'm like very worried because originally I was gonna go for a Scoffia and I just don't know what I want to do. It's like this would be an option. I could just craft a different goblet entirely, but it's not just finding a goblet that's a problem. It's making up for the lack of ER that this is gonna have from it. Because the ER that she has is where I want to be at. Losing that ER is gonna be pretty big. If I had an attack says that had ER on it, that actually rolled ER, I don't think I'd have a problem. But all the pieces that have ER never really rolled into it except for this one. I wouldn't mind using that piece, but it has a caveat at the moment. Is that I'm probably gonna need another attack saves with ER so that that Night Soul one doesn't get touched because there's a character that I'm gonna end up sifting through builds for, and I know that's what I'm gonna do with Kanichi whenever I end up deciding to change builds to give it to another character again. If I never got Kanichi, I have Rest, I wouldn't even bother farming her set for herself. I'll just be like, oh yeah, I got good pieces for her. If I get a good enough set, then maybe I'll try it. But like the C color says, just too good on her. My build is way too good for us on that, so it makes it very hard to do that. I guess I'll try not to think about this too much on stream right now because it's just too much of a focus. Quite sad hope with this. I mean, this stream is just to talk about exciting things, and then I get something exciting in it, which usually doesn't happen. Usually it's just me yapping, and then you get nothing. But can't believe we got my first 40 CV Hydro Goblet. That's quite something. Yeah, my first 40 CV. Most of mine hover close to 30 or a little over 30. So it's my first 40 CV Hydro Goblet in like my entire career playing this game. That feels pretty good. And the CV coverage is so good. I can comfortably get rid of this with no problems. It's still funny to say that though. I'd rather have too much crit rate than not enough crit damage. But I'd rather have more crit damage than crit rate, depending on the character. But on average, I'd rather have more crit rate than crit damage. Because it's easier to build around a lot of crit rate than a lot of crit damage. Because that's always the dealio that I go by. And I'll never stop going by it because it's held true for the longest time of me building characters. I just worry, how am I gonna come across wanting to build her right now? Right now, we need to go do this shit, and I'm not looking forward to this. I only need, I only need a total of 165 of these. Even though I Do I actually need that much? I already did this. Oh. $50, 95. Yeah, I'm like actually making sure I'm adding this correctly. It's 55? That's actually far less than I thought. Huh. So I don't need that much more. I was a bit worried that I needed more of this. Okay. That's crazy though. It's like 3, then you got 10 and 13, and 33, and 63, and 45 would be 108, 168. But instead I have to do 20, 50, then the 95. This is 155? It's kind of like weird to me, isn't it? I keep second guessing myself, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's 155. Keep second guessing myself. Well, now you gotta experience this with me, I guess. Um, this is like a very weird farm because it's the first time I ever farmed this. They are so scattered on the goddamn desert, but they're so close together that I can run around and get them. My problem with this is that they they're just like everywhere, man. I can't believe how many of these there are, but there's so many in small increments like this. And then I believe over here. I need to put Tanari in the team, but I didn't do that. Now, I could teleport, but there's no teleport in the desert that brings me to this. Everything is underground. This is the problem with the desert. I'll stay on Skirk a little bit so I can get my energy back on my team, and then I'll switch my team.
A dash of
Oh god, I forgot about this one. It's gonna be a while before I can do this. Alright, that's dealt with. Next one is again not exactly near enough towards a waypoint that I can just teleport and go there. I have to run there. Which this was like my problem with this. It took me like I think an hour and a half to farm all of this. I can't believe how many of these are in the desert. But there's so many of them in small increments. Like you only get like 2. I think the most I can get is 3 on a cactus. His hanging berries. But there's not that many of them. Some of them have one, and there's a lot of them that has one, which is very frustrating. That's where I actually use Veressa. Since I'm out of combat, I can go do that. This one. I don't know if I want to farm all of it. A part of me wants to farm like a decent amount, but how much is a decent amount? I don't want to think about it right now. I know after this I'm gonna immediately go whip something up to eat because I haven't eaten that much today. Some days summer makes me feel like this, which is something I dislike. And there's one there, and then there is one there. So running all the way there, we only got that. This one I could actually teleport to, which I'm probably going to. I think, yeah. I don't know how much more of this I should do because I'm pretty sure we're close to our quota already for her, assuming, how it is from what I counted with 155, so. We're already on the dot. We could stop now, but I'm probably going to do a little bit more. can't believe how close they are on the map. But I guess it makes sense since there's like no teleport waypoints, so I guess this is why they designed it like this. But I've never farmed these before, so it just feels weird. Oh. No, give me this. Wait, not this one. This one. This one has two on it. No, it's up the road.
Gotta steer clear of other people. Hurry up, Brassa!
You know, there's achievements and chests I found in the desert. I know I talked about it before, but there was also like Sealy quartz I ended up finding in this particular area when I was farming the hanging berries. I was like really surprised. It was one that I felt like I should have done, which made me realize I need to consider going for Sealy quartz whenever I see them, so I don't like forget a location anymore. Because I even found stuff in Inazuma. It's just crazy to think about. It's just Sealy quartz that I didn't do because I forgot where the fuck the Sealy was at in the past during like past version updates, which is concerning. Because I have a lot of the areas 100%, but not for that. Oh, hello. Give me this. Okay, so because stop, but I'm probably gonna stop when I actually need to teleport. I think is what I'm gonna do. So I'll get whatever I can. So over here, there was also a silly card I missed, which really surprised me. But since I already did it the other day, I'm not gonna think about that. Okay, so we already need to teleport, so there's no need to keep doing anymore. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay. Um, I could grab one more just for my own paranoia, but like I've always looked at the wiki online. I'm pretty sure it's always been 168 total, but since I've already done two, it's obviously less than that. I don't feel like I need to do anymore, but a part of me wants to. Mm. I'm not so used to being in the desert for this long. I could go for another forest on this banner. Part of me wants to. A part of me wants to just because I'm not going to pull it all during the next patch, no matter what characters on the banner. So probably wants to just use all my primos on this banner just to see if I get Yansun or not. But I'm pretty sure I'm probably gonna get a weapon, and I'm probably gonna be depressed because of it. Actually, you know what? It'd be fine if I get like a Fab Lance or a Favonius sword, actually. Ugh. I just wanted to get the one, so I didn't think about that. So now, we're pretty much slowly approaching the end of the stream at this point, yeah. Um, I need to grab some resin because I'm probably going to do a stream tomorrow because I want to separate the event since the event's completely available as of today. It's completely available. The combat co-op combat event thing, which I heard is quite interesting. I wish I could just click on it right now to like show it, but there's like a lot of explanation in the beginning that I want to read, but I don't want to skip it. So save that for tomorrow. And I don't know when I'll actually stream. I usually stream when there is enough resin to do 5 condensed resin runs. That's usually what I do. So when I don't have it, then I just kind of like stay off. So that's why I end up streaming toward the evening on weekends But if I do it a little bit earlier, it's usually because I don't need to worry about that too much. Here's what I can do. I can condense twice and save the rest of it for tomorrow, which is probably what I'm gonna do actually right now. Actually, before I condense it, because it's close to being 4 condensed at 160, which makes me wonder if I should even. Oh, I haven't done that. Okay, okay. So that's the reason to do 2 anyways. That's slowly dwindling.
Add as
Well, it could go up again next patch for only that one patch because right when Nakai releases, everything resets for the
thank
daily
you for
commission and stuff. So we'll probably most likely have to do daily commissions by the time Nakai starts, at least in the beginning, unless I do exploration and whatnot. So we'll go to 2. I think that's a good place to like actually let that build up because by reset I'll just pick them all up, which is what I do. Really am excited for the Bennett skin because like take a look at Bennett's outfit again. Bennett is
oh, ow!
I
Where
just
did that come
really
from?
dislike his design. I never liked it. He also had the pouch on his back, which he seems to have one in his new outfit, but I don't know if I could call it a pouch. It looks weird though. But the new Natling outfit just looks so much better than this. Like the Natling outfit for him is just so much better than this one.
Benny's adventure team, assemble! Oh,
Really can't wait to see that.
oh,
Since we all
hmm.
play Bennett a lot,
What?
it'd be nice to get some new drip on him. For people that play Charling a lot, it's nice to see the drip on her. I was surprised that she got a skin before Bennett, though. I actually thought Bennett was gonna get a skin before her. But I guess at least I could say they both got a new skin this year. That's the best I can say. At least they both get a new skin this year. Okay. Is there anything left to talk about? I don't know. I don't know.
All things come to an end.
Yes, all good things come to an end. But the end isn't here just yet. One last little thing. Let's try for more 4-star. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is it gonna go to pity, bro? 8. Oh my god, it's gonna go to 4-star pity. Can you give me a 4-star here at least? At least here. Just at least here. Okay, I guess I'm getting a 4-star on the next pull. That feels pretty bad. I hope this was worth it, but it probably wasn't. Please be good, please be good, please be good, please be good. I called it, it was a weapon. I fucking called it was gonna be a weapon. Okay,
Even
well,
time itself.
that was why I didn't want to do it, but let me be honest, I just did not want to skip it. I wanted to try my pulls on the banner before it disappears. Um, it's a bow, so big problem is I don't really care for any of the bows that is of this variety, because there's just no point to this bow. I only need 2 R5. After that, there's no use for it. Especially when I got this option right here. I don't know. Well, I can't really regret it, even though I probably want to go to 0 on this banner, just to see what the 4-star pity would be. But I don't want to use my star glitter, that's just not an option, so... Since I haven't bought a Welk in a long time, I can't do that. Part of me kind of wants to do it so I can just like freely start building up. Let me see, what was my pity before I did this? Like the 10 pull, because it doesn't actually like, it doesn't end up showing my actual pity right after I've done my pulls, so let's just see what it was currently. Yep, 5, 10, 15, 16. What? So that means I'm 26 pity? Hell no. Let's fix that. How many pull do I have left? Oh god. Okay. For 6 pity, or 26 pity, do this. Let's like balance it out. Ooh! Ooh! Please! 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 Yes! Yes! Oh! Yes! Ah! Today was a good day. 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 Got C4 Eon Sun. Let's go. Yes. 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 Oh. Yes, C4 Yonsun. I was not expecting it. Yes, dude. Um, with this, the third one, I got to go back now. Fuck me. What's up with this? Oh no. Hold on. So this was 26 pity. Then this was one. So this was one. Then he did another one, which I think this was the Yonsun pool. This was two. Yeah, this was two. Please, 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 please. Yes! Yes! Oh! Yeah! So this was the second pull? Wow. Six pity. So this was 28. So let's do two more. Yes, sir. Another 4-star. Hold on a second. Oh, come on. Whatever. All right, last one. All right, last one, last one, last one. There's no way I get 3 4-star back to back like that. I gotta calm myself. At least I haven't gotten the milk dud a single time, so getting shelling was actually quite a virtue there. And now my pity is 30. So now, saving from here on, now I can actually like balance it out. Even though it feels kind of wrong doing that, but great. Honestly, the price of getting 2 copies of this character is I got 2 copies of Yonsun. I actually got C4 Yonsun. Yes, dude. Oh my god. Oh, yeah, baby. Yes, sir. Everything after this point is good cons. Very good cons. I actually can't wait to get her C6. So the next time she appears on a banner, I will definitely chase for it. Cause last banner she was on, of course, I didn't get as many cons, which sucks. What's up, homie? Excuse me. You just appeared at like the tail end of the stream at this point, cause there wasn't really much else to talk about. Pretty much finished what I wanted to talk about. But what do you think about the next patch update? It just looks really exciting for, of course, the content I'm going to consume, but obviously not everyone's excited for this. But I feel like there are more people excited for this than most other Natlan patch, so it's something to say. I do think the title most of the patch feels like the right thing to say. I don't know if it's the best patch they added, but can we say that it is? I mean, maybe, honestly, just because most of the patches of Natlan didn't really provide this much. I'll rewatch, but it looks so good. Yeah, it's very exciting. I like it. Every summer event is always exciting. Oh, I'm so happy I got her C4. Now I could play around with that. I actually cannot wait to play around with that. This is gonna make her better in other teams, which now it makes me want to come back to Al Haytham, even though he was already able to like actually utilize her mechanic. He's one of the few characters that can actually make her knight so positive for some reason. Problem is, it's still not enough to make his spread team stand out. Spread could be such a decent reaction if they just utilize the character for it, but sadly enough, it's not that. I do think a more underutilized reaction would be Electrocharge, so I guess it's fair. But seriously, I just don't know. I yapped so long talking about my pros and cons of what, I like about or dislike about Anifa. It's a lot of concerning stuff. A lot of concerning stuff about her kit that worries me in the future. So happy I got her C4. If this little chibi gives me another chance, I'll definitely try for her again in the future for sure. Wasting my pulls here was worth it for sure. Balancing that I now have 30 pity is even better since I don't have to worry about remembering where I'm actually at sometimes. Without me having to check, I can do that now. Even though I'll probably check next time just to be super safe. But since I got her C4, I now need to start thinking about upping her attack percent. 'Cause I'm pretty sure it's not enough for C5 for her attack buff. The moment I get this, I'm gonna really need to up her attack. I think she needs to be a little over 2400, which this means I need something better, or in other words, I need to raise this. It's my fault for not working on extra polearm during the 1 week event thing. It took me so long to work on Vressa's talent mids, so that was why. I thought I treated this like my second account where I got multiple weapons freaking level 90, but I didn't do that. I only got several weapons to level 80, and then one level 90 ended up just being the Skyward Harp, which I think was worth it, honestly. I do feel like I'll get another bow character in the future. I don't completely hate bow characters, I just don't like charger type DPSs that much. They don't they don't have anything that makes them stand out. They lack sustain, so they always have to keep creating characters for that, but even I'm just kind of like tired of that niche. At least Chaska really interested me, at least. So I'm happy about that. Man, I'm so happy I got her C4. What the heck, man? Now I can actually think what characters benefit from her C4 a lot. Obviously, characters that don't have problems with her C4, which is just the fact that it makes it easier to stay Night so positive for her attack buff. It is not gonna really do anything. It'll just be that you'll have like the max amount of buff a little bit easier for those that are close to Night so positive. But for characters that can consistently keep it, they probably won't see a difference. So my the thing I'm most excited for that this will make me want to pick a Yonsun during Imagine Theater, for example. I guess there's that, for example. Obviously, Alhaitha could already stay nice so positive with the combos I can do
Wait.
with him, but now I
Huh?
actually really want to try her
No.
with him. I don't know other characters that could benefit from it. I don't know if her burst really counts as movement, but usually burst can do movement for Yonsa, so I don't know. Maybe I could revisit Kutching. I don't know. Kutching's not particularly strong, but I still like playing around reactions all the time. And then playing a new character whenever I finish a friendship so that I never get burned out, which is something I'm grateful for. I just love that that's my mindset, pulling characters. But, you know, still makes me sad that I didn't focus Farazan in working on Hazel and all that. I feel like the characters are just in a weird position at the moment. This guy looks so good, but my second account got him C4. I didn't get him C4 in my second account. I think I have Yasan C1 on my second account right now. I might use more polls for that though. Speaking of using more polls, I know, like I said, that the event is currently finished. So I could do it right now, but I'll just do a stream tomorrow or Sunday. Problem is, Sunday might end up being a special video upload. Because I think it's Sunday? Yeah, I think it's Sunday that there's a special live stream for the announcer of the new character. So it's either tonight or tomorrow that we're gonna get a special trailer. So just heads up if you even care about Bleach Brave Souls. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what character could really feel the enable of her. Son. I guess it would just be Gaming, maybe. But I don't think Overloaded ain't gonna really matter, so playing that's gonna be weird for a Cease's Gaming. But I'd like to see how my Gaming actually does, because he really needs to be looked at. I said I would work on him, but I mean, he's in a position where he's definitely most definitely usable, but I kind of want to get him to level 8 across the board, and I haven't done that yet. I thought I would do that, but I just haven't, and I have quite literally, if there was a constant leaderboard, I think I had the best, well, not the best Gami, that's like really pushing it. I do think I have one of the best Gamis, like, in the world for the build I have him on. Obviously, it looks better than this, I just don't have the best pieces on him right now. But these two pieces, even though I don't think he needs it as much as C6, it makes him feel so comfy from what I had tried on him already. All the pieces had double crit ER, is actually coming full circle, especially this piece that used to be on D-Luke. It actually has a use case. It's kind of beautiful to look at, I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, back to what I was trying to do before I want to prepare to end my stream. Who can I even put a Yonsung with? Like, I don't think I've had any nice on negative or positive problems because I don't know if he could really benefit from her. I guess it's something that I could test with him, but they were just so low that I just
Huh?
don't care enough. I thought if I wanted to play IFA more, I would get an IFA, but I just can't bring myself to use IFA like that. I want to. Don't get me wrong. It'd be nice if I like worked on his personal damage. It's just too much of an effort for that small little gain that he gives back. I don't think any other characters out here that would build. So, good there isn't that many characters that would want to use the SLCs 4 for, because you can stay nice so positive with their buff if you use Shengyun. Kamen could kind of stay positive with her on his own. So I can't think of many characters actually for what I currently have. On my second count, I would say I have Claran on there, and Yasuo would definitely be used if I had her on there. But I think my Yasuo's only C1 on my second account, so she's not doing anything at the moment. I occasionally put her with Chaska though, but um, hmm. Yeah, there's a chance I'm gonna pull on the banner again tomorrow. If I have like close to a temple, I'll do it. Otherwise, I'll end up doing it before the passions. I'll stream and that'll just be kind of weird, but I'd regret skipping Yonsun to a point that I'd pull enough to get these characters. 'Cause I don't know if I'm gonna be interested in non-core units, so I just don't know right now. I just don't know what to do with Yonsun at the moment. Hmm. The character I can already say that's a positive. Never had too many issues. The only character that would be interesting to try with Yonsun would be Cutting. Everyone else doesn't really need it. It'll be easier to maintain a higher attack percentage buff if it like was for something specific, but most Nightling units don't have this problem. It's just one step closer to to C5, honestly. In all honesty, I didn't even think I was gonna reach this high. Getting two cons on this banner was just so worth it. If I could just get one more con, then man, I'd have to rebuild a Yonsun at that point, and that's even more beautiful. But yeah, I didn't realize I don't have that many characters that could utilize Yonsun. Like I could probably do Yoimiya, but I found Double Crown Melt so fun with her. I thought I'd actually go back to it, but maybe if I really feel like doing that one day. Well, I guess that's it for this stream. So, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. The little bit of talk I talked about, obviously, there's probably more that I've forgotten to talk about, and I'm sorry for that. There's just too much to yap about this update, man. And like, I'd rather just watch some lore video that talk about more of the stuff that I've either forgotten or forgot to say that I remembered, but just forgot to say it, you know. Thirsty, hungry because I barely ate that much food today. So yeah, hope you guys take care and hope you guys are excited for patch 5.8 like I am. I don't think I've been this excited for a patch, not just in a long time, but like, can I relate to this to what I said in the last patch? Where I was like, oh, the patch 5.7 special program discussion for 5.7 was pretty exciting because like Digit Oslet, a new reroll feather. I thought those two things was what carried that patch, but it brought so much negativity to the game that even though I'm still gonna praise it, it's just not gonna be the same type of praise I gave before because I had to really give it a lot of thought towards how it affects the game and the players. Because to me, my experience can be different in how I feel about the game and how I treat it, but I don't want to just ignore it and think that, okay, since it's not my problem, it's just not a problem. No, I'm not that type of guy to do that. So, despite me saying that that was like the best patch in that, and in some ways it is, in some ways it isn't, this patch could be the best patch for the lore enjoyers like myself and the lore enthusiasts, and more importantly, the tryhard lore players, the lore keepers, if you will, that play the game. So, yeah. Uh, I was doing more I could talk about, but I think I've said enough. I think I said enough. I will build Candace. I don't know when. It'll probably be sometime after I've triple crown Varessa, though. That's gonna be my highlight for next patch. And if I don't stream tomorrow, which is kind of somewhat likely, I will stream on Sunday. Only because I want to push this back a bit, but there is a chance I may do a different stream that day, or I won't do a stream that day and I'll do a stream on Monday for a different game because kinda need to go see that. But I digress. But I felt like I should mention this because I just think it's important. I really hate that the stupid ass skillet see through. I guess it's fair because like when you get to the other two, you get this. I really want her C6 so badly. I'd play her a lot more if I did. I'd play Kanich a lot more if I did. Her C5 is where she actually starts to become like a really good support. And she's already a good support. Her C4 acknowledges the fact that there's something to benefit from it. I will probably concoct a team and probably test it off stream. And the next time I stream and I talk about it, I'll probably show off the fruits of what I tried to do with this character at C4 in the next live stream. But again, heads up, either tomorrow we will stream doing this. I want to just save this for its own stream because I just think it's that special. It is probably my favorite event from this patch, so it deserves its own stream. And since everything just finished today, I'm gonna give it some time. This is an event I'm kind of excited to do. I can't wait to sink my teeth into this. But I've heard people complain about people not having good builds on Skirk and stuff because apparently there's something that's telling you to play Crow in here. Why am I not surprised? Either way, I'm excited to see it. Oh yeah, you did get better clear this on my friends here, didn't I? That guy got better clear than me. I don't know if I could get it that far down. I wonder if I could do an improvement, but I don't know if I care about doing that. I only got one more full week before the patch ends, and the Stygian also is going to be gone. It's kind of sad when I think about it, because I actually really enjoyed my experience in Stygian also, despite the negativity from both the community and the realism of what this endgame actually brings. I'm not going to ignore the problem that it has, so I gotta accept it as such. And the fact that this is going to disappear in 18 days. Huh, wait, so it's going to be here till the next stage in Onslaught, not the next patch or next month. Ah, so it's going to be here for the first week of next patch too. Huh, okay. So after the first week of next patch into the Tuesday, we'll have next stage in Onslaught outbreak period. And I keep hearing rumors and rumors, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be confirmed, which is why I need to confirm for myself when we go to the new area of Natlan. But that will be for the patch update to talk about, not for this Crytek. Future Crytek will talk about that. But in all seriousness, I guess that's enough for me. I've said enough. I do think this game mode is a double-edged sword for this game. Rather than saying it's just outright completely bad, I think it's just a double-edged sword. It it brings the potential to be something unique, but it also has the potential to be even worse than it is. It all depends on the future of boss designs, but to be honest, I can't hold up that much hope. I'm just saying it how it is and how I think. Not because I'm trying to be positive, but just because that possibility is always there. So it's worth mentioning. Well, I wish that there were more of this, which makes me sad, but there just isn't. Can't believe I got two cons of this character. Okay, I had enough of that. Anyways, very, very, very nice. Quite happy with how this turned out today. Maybe I should wish my second account. I probably will. Because as it stands... Okay, she does show up here. I think I did. Did I actually pull for Delia? I don't think so. So I just ended up with C2 when I wasn't even trying to get those cons. Which is funny. Well, with that, I will take my leave and I will either see you guys Saturday tomorrow or Sunday for this pretty cool comment event.